how good is Elon Musk at efficiency in the private sector?
Well, I think it's worth kind of taking a look at his track record and maybe sort of being open to the idea that there's maybe some more similarities in how he has run his companies and how his criticism of the government is characterized than he is possibly let on. This is it's been the case that Tesla, for example, took a good decade before it was making its investors any money, and there was plenty of waste, even according to him, or inefficiency according to him, within the company that was sort of allowed to fester for some time before he turned things around. And so, no one's disputing that Tesla and SpaceX aren't quite efficient and now quite lucrative companies for their shareholders. But you can find your fair share of inefficiency or waste within his own companies, and even on his own earnings calls, him sort of talking about ways in which his companies haven't necessarily been as efficient as you would expect from somebody who's about to run DOGE.
Craig, your reporting pointed to some pretty visible examples of maybe a profligate approach, flying tires from the Czech Republic to the U.S. to ensure their delivery. That had to have been expensive. How does that kind of approach translate to government, where the consequences and stakeholders are very different?
I think what Dana Hull in San Francisco, pointed out in this story is essentially that there's a willingness to sort of allow for some inefficiency if it means sort of other deliverables. And within the government, I think the answer that we're clearly going to get is something different in terms of not so much forgiveness of, okay, yes, we were inefficient, but we delivered X or Y. What we're seeing from DOGE early on is this relatively new X account that is just kind of highlighting all the ways that the government is so sort of blowing taxpayer dollars, and all the ways in which Musk and his team are coming in and sort of righting those wrongs in his view. And so I think he's not showing a whole lot of willingness to cut slack in terms of trying different things, or trying things and then not going well, as he maybe has been in his sort of time as CEO of many of these companies.